this is Ryan, and welcome back to another behind the scenes video. This is episode 2 in the behind the scenes series of the AquaGames. Now, in the last video, we played Spleef. Okay, forget that ever happened. If hopefully I can spell it right. There we go. So we played. Forget that happened too. We played Spleef and we played Deathrun last time we were in the server and in the last video. So I'll be showing you the behind the scenes tours on both of those mini games. Let's start out with Spleef because that's what we started out with last time. So. Now this is pretty simple, it's just a barrel, and I just put, all I did was I just put some shovels in here, and some shovels in here. You can add other things if you want to add more things to enhance the gameplay. Anyway, that is kind of how that works. Basically, you get teleported with a simple teleport command. All it is /TP and then @P, which means closest player, and then I put in the coordinates, which in this case are -5, 8, 6, and then 16, and then it just teleports you to this location. Now, same thing with this, it just teleports me as well. If I show you the Spleef thing right here, it's just like, yep, there we go. Anyway, moving on to what these other things do. So first of all, let us go with press to play Spleef. All it does is it teleports everyone to here. How it does that, let me just fix this here because sometimes we get a little bit crazy and start building up. Anyway, basically what's happening is it's how it teleports all of us instead of just one of us is what it does, as if you can see the command, hold on, let me get to it. What it does is it TPs at A, that means every player, and then I did the brackets R, which means radius, equals 15 blocks. So anyone in a 15 block radius will be teleported to these coordinates, which are exactly where they are. You can see what your coordinates are, what teleporting yourself to yourself, or just turning on the coordinates things and do not need to do that in your settings. Moving on, how you reset Spleef is actually really simple. All like my other ones, I always use clone commands. Clone and then the coordinates, like the top left or top right or bottom left corner of it, and then the top right, bottom left, it doesn't matter. Just like the two corners of it. This is the real thing right here. So we have like, I did one corner like right here. To clone all this stuff, and then we did like another corner down at the very bottom below here, and that's kind of how it works. Find your coordinates, you clone it, and then the last coordinates is where you want it cloned to, and that's why this thing is in the air. And then basically the cool part about that is every time you do that, then the snow gets, like say I destroy all the snow, right? All of it is destroyed, right? Well, if I tap the reset button, all of that will be undone and reset. And the cool part is because it's not a very big game, it resets really quickly. You see? All reset. All reset. And if you're wondering how people don't really get out of the map, is just barrier blocks. Pretty simple. So that's kind of how Spleef works. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment and I'll try to explain that. Now, we're going into Deathrun, which is a lot more complicated. Anyway, if you come to Deathrun, simple teleport command, and then right here on the bed, if you tap it, you set your spawn point, and then you get all that. Okay. Now, right here, I just built all this. It's just, I'm only going to go with the technical stuff. So how it works here is the glass panes stay up with the sticky pistons because they're being powered, and what happens is the lever activates this one first, so the death has a chance to get a small advantage. So what it is just some redstone, and then once it powers the redstone torch, then it unpowers this in a way, and then from here, then it just goes all the way around to the other side underneath the map to over here. Nope, that's not it. It's kind of hidden. It's kind of like right here, and then it comes up and it hits all those pistons, and there's a repeater. Thanks to the repeaters, I can get a delay there, and that's how that works. Moving on, basically, the first trap, of course, I'm always using the same thing, is basically just some redstone here, and it just goes underneath the map. Then if you push it, all those pistons push out. So how? It's pretty simple. All it is some redstone, and it comes to here. Who knows? I'm gonna put a small repeat here, and then it just gets all the pistons. Basically, it's just pushing these sea lanterns, which are kind of trying to knock the opponent off. So if I do it again, I think there's a small delay. Now that I've added that, and then same thing here. I did it a little bit higher up this time because I needed room for the pistons. You know, I could have just done commands, but I built this kind of a little bit earlier when I wasn't as good at commands. Same thing, just some redstone. And then when it powers the redstone torch, this unpowers, which unpowers all the pistons temporarily because it's a button, and then it all retracts. That does one side, and then I don't know how it works with the other. It just goes to the other side as well. Like if you come over here, it also has another powering thing, and it comes under here, and also just comes right here. It's from that redstone torch. But all the way here, I had to put a repeater there so that we could reach all the things. Otherwise, the redstone wouldn't reach as far. Now, what I have here is I have some barrier blocks, just so people don't go into this area. They don't need to go in this area. Like it's just empty space. And then right here, I just broke into the void. This is a super flat world. Same thing here, more barrier blocks. It just helps. Maybe I'll add some here. No cheating. Anyway, so yeah, and then you just have some ladders. Then you come over here. Let's fix this. Sometimes when people play in survival, they break things. That's why you play in adventure mode when you're playing Deathrun. I recommend doing that. And then, of course, here's just a walkway with glass so you can look at what everyone else is doing. And then right here, I have some other barrier blocks. And don't tell anyone else, but the next time we're going to play, this is going to be barrier blocked off, so they're going to die if they come from this way. And I'm going to open up this one. Because once in a while, I have to switch or route it, because a lot of the time people change how they're doing it. See, now you have to go this way instead of going that way, otherwise you're going to die. And then sometimes I add like a sneak peek here and then extra area, but it's up to you how you want to do it. And then you just, oh yeah, and you break these too. And then you come up here, come to the next section. Good. Now, right here, it's the same thing. Okay, so what happened is that some of the redstone got broken, which is actually a good thing because I kind of wanted to have not all the pistons get pushed down because it is a little bit overpowered. So if we come in here, as you can see, same thing, it's just, oh yeah, it's just very blocked. Anyway, basically, redstone comes in, it unpowers this torch, which unpowers pistons, which retract the floor from you. It comes over here, and then yes, I don't think it. Yeah, there's pistons broken here and there. I think that's what happened. The pistons are no longer there. That's why it doesn't work anymore. I think someone thankfully helped me do that. Let's fix that really quickly. They really want to see that. Anyway, and then you come to this section, which always somehow breaks itself every time you come into the server. So I recommend always you always reset this every time you want to play Deathrun, because I don't know why it happens, but it does. Anyway, so to reset it, all you have to do is break, and if you're wondering why you need to reset it, that's because it's all out of sync, and then all the lava, like some of it's flowing, some of it isn't flowing. It's just not good. All you have to do is break the redstone and then power the redstone loop again. This one is not really for the death can't do anything here. So then it comes in, activates it, clearing the lava, and then it clears. Now I'm probably going to add something here, I don't know what, but eventually maybe we'll add something else. And then the lava comes back again. Then they have the last section, which is more parkour. Basically, it's just pistons dropping. I showed you kind of earlier, except that I've done those 2 pistons, so it is kind of possible. What you can do is just skip that part by going here. But some people aren't as good at parkour, so I need to give them a chance. They come over here, and then this is where it stopped usually. This is where the end of Deathrun, but recently I've expanded it. So basically what happens is the death has a little bit of delay because they have to go all the way through this thing, which is not easy or fun. But the runner, they get another checkpoint here, and sometimes when people forget to change their spawn point, they can just go back to the hub here in case they die and change it. So then they continue. Basically here it is command work, which is a lot more complicated. So if we come down here, see it's kind of a mess. Forgot to do something there. Anyway, what it's doing is it's filling. Okay, so actually we should start out with the other one first. What it's happening is it's filling these coordinates, basically kind of like the clone command. I found the set coordinates, so if we did not mean to do that. So if we come over here, you can see the coordinates. I need to go a little bit lower, but basically right here, then you find the coordinates, then you find the other coordinates over in the other corner, right there, and then once you find those 2 block coordinates, then you have to like write it down or something, and then you can put it in the command block. So what's happening here is there's a repeater delay. It activates because what's happening is when you have a block there, the repeater can still, like, it goes through the block, only if there's a repeater though, and then it activates the command, which changes all those glass blocks to air. And then what happens here is it comes over here, and then there's like a loop here, which makes you unable to, like basically you can't push the button again for a while until the thing resets. And then right here is just putting the stained glass back there again, so that when you're done and you've pressed it and you want it to reset automatically, it does that. So for example, if I push it now, it disappears and closes back. But if I try to push it now, it's not working. Well, see, it's not working right away. That's because the delay. And the more you push it, the more you can't press it. So the more you push it, the more likely you're not going to be able to activate the trap anymore. That's why I had to wait a while. Then you can push it and it activates again. What's happening with my keys? I'm not going anywhere. Okay, there we go. Same thing here, same concept. Basically, it's just filling with lava instead of sitting glass. It's doing lava and then air again. So what's happening with lava, and after a while, I have a delay to make it stay there longer, and then, yeah. Then you move on to the next one. I fiddle around with just different kinds of lava. It's just parkour. You push this button, it summons a stray, which hopefully can shoot off your enemy. So what it does here is it summons a stray at those coordinates. And then over here, what it's doing is it's just killing all the strays. Kill at E type of the stray. So that's basically how that works. So you can like push it multiple times to summon more, but either way, they're all going to die eventually, as you can see, and they die. And then here is one of the overpowered traps, so I might have to add a delay to this one, but what happens is when you push this, and then when you push this, pistons block the entry, and pufferfish go all the way every direction, and hopefully poison the opponent. As you can see, lots of redstone go downwards, and it goes up in the middle on the activates pistons. Also right here for the pufferfish, it's just summoning stuff, so summon pufferfish, and it's a repeat command block, because then it summons all the pufferfish as long as the command is powered. Then all the way over here, then we have the kill all the pufferfish so that it's actually possible to get through. Now this last one, I kind of got lazy with stuff. As soon as you push this button, what's happening there is that there's a command block there, and it's /kill space at A, and then R equals like 5 blocks. So anyone who tries to go through that thing when I push the button will die. And of course I do have a delay, so I can't like spam it very well. And then that's pretty much it. That's kind of how it works. And sometimes it's easier to do the parkour because they can't see you, or sometimes the command doesn't always reach you on that middle block. Well, that is pretty much everything you need to know about the Deathrun. Because there is a lot of stuff here. You can create whatever your own traps are, but just so you know how I do it, and if you want to do something similar to this, you can make your own Deathrun. It's really cool. Then right here, just teleporting you to the lobby. And then yeah, that's kind of how the entire thing works. Very simple, very easy. Once you figure out how to be able to do that, then you can do that. So that is how I built the Deathrun. Very big, very long, but that's how I built it. Now we've done all that stuff, there is one more thing I forgot to do in my first behind the scenes video. I believe I forgot to show you Murder Mystery, how it works. We'll probably have to play again later. Simple teleport commands. What's happening here is you set Murder Mystery, come over here. This is just setting everyone's game mode within like a 15 block radius. It sets everyone to game mode to adventure. You just put lots of bows in the chest. At least that's how I do it. You can do whatever you want for your own Deathrun. This you cannot for Murder Mystery, but this is how I do it. I'll remember to fill it later. Right here, I don't know why someone added that chest there. Anyway, when you push the button, what will happen is it will come over here. Over here on this side, it gives a random player a trident. And one trident, so that's I don't really need one, but oh well. And then over here, it says give random player arrow 3. So they have 3 different shots. That's the sheriff, and that's the trident person. R means random player, by the way. And this is just teleporting everyone in a 20 block radius, which will get them into the Murder Mystery. So if I press it, I'll of course get both of them because, you know, I'm on the same team. Then you'll see a pressure plate. What's happening is there's a delay. It sets time to night, and then it poisons everyone. Oh no, that's not right. There we go. Now the poison kicks in, and then everyone can lower the things. But if the murderer holds the trident, then it clears everyone of that effect, which kind of gives a little bit of an advantage to everyone else. Also, I just have a repeat thing that keeps shooting arrows so that the innocents have a chance. It's a very, very big game. Basically, I just built all this stuff. I'm going to show you how I did that loyalty thing very quickly. I'll show you how to do, I did the pistons very soon. First of all, let me show you what I did here. Basically, right here, it's enchanting at a loyalty, which means it's constantly trying to enchant you with loyalty. But when you're holding a trident, it's always enchanting, and this is just, did not mean to do that. Then this is just clearing everyone's inventory. I mean, not clearing. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. This is clearing everyone's effect. So as soon as you hold the trident and it's able to enchant it, it takes away everyone's effects. And then over here, if you're wondering, oh yeah, this is a dispenser with lots of arrows. If you're wondering, it's just a big loop. And then right here, what it does is, like, say someone dies, okay? And then everyone drop a lot of tridents and arrows. You don't want them to be able to pick it up, right? That's why I have this thing here. Basically, this is killing, and at E, type equals item. An item, if you don't know, is any of these things, like this. As soon as I throw it on the ground, and boom, it disappears, see? So if I throw this, hold on, I'm gonna wait for it to pass again. Q, you see, it all disappears because it's killing. That means it's gone. It's out of existence. It no longer exists. It's gone forever. It doesn't exist. Kaplooey. You see, it just disappears, and this is just a loop. If you want to like get rid of people's items if they drop on the ground, but it won't clear their items if they have it in their inventory. See? It's all doing that. Anyway, I'll just try to get rid of that stuff. Okay, now let's go back down here to show you this stuff. Basically, this is just time set night, which I kind of showed you earlier. And this is just affecting everyone within a 40 block radius with poisoned, and I've made the poison pretty strong, so yeah. Now that we've kind of done all that, let me explain how this thing works over here. This is like, this can either take you to a secret area or it will kill you. This one is the killing you one, which is basically just a button, a link, and then this is, you get the idea, and then it's just counting pistons, and then you drop into the void. I made a empty space there. The other one, though, will actually take you to a secret area, so this one, same thing, push the button, you fall down, except you don't fall into the void. This time you fall on some honey blocks, and then from here you can actually get access to outside of the map, and then you can also access the roof, whatever you want. Oh, this took me like, I don't know, 2 days to build. I wasn't playing like constantly. I don't mean like 48 hours. I just mean like Minecraft periods when I actually played. Anyway, that is pretty much everything you need to know about your own murder mystery. I recommend, if you want to make your own murder mystery map, be creative, make something completely different and out of the ordinary. So, I do hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you want any more tips of making your own Minecraft server or mini games, just let me know in the comments. I'll always be happy to respond. But unfortunately, we have just about ran out of time in today's video. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye!